Hello and welcome to Money Made Magic. This channel is where we look at all things budgeting, frugal living, lifestyle, etc. Today's video is a challenge. I'm going to live for £15 for a week on my groceries. Now, the interesting thing is £15 is my maximum spend in the grocery store this week. I'm trying to budget. I'm trying to save up some money for some car repairs. I need to save up some money for a house move. And I still want to pay down my credit cards. And one of the things that's happened to me over the past few months is that I've had a serious illness. And some of those things I haven't been able to do. So I'm trying to get back on track. So I'm taking you with me. I hope you will enjoy the journey. So this week, it's the first week back after a while of being away from the budgeting scene. And I'm going to go back in with this £15 challenge. Now, because I'm a good budgeter, one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the cupboards and the fridge and have a look and see what I've already got in. It's important to make sure that you use things that you've already got, so you don't want things going to waste. That's really important. So let's have a look in my cupboards and in my fridges to see what I've got, and then what we'll do based on what's there, we will build a menu and we will plan to only spend that £15. And when we've built that menu, what we'll do is we'll go to the grocery store and we'll buy what we need. We'll come back and we'll assess how we've done and we'll make a meal plan. I've already got quite a lot of things in this cupboards. I've got crisps and bread. I've got lots of sweeties. I don't eat sweeties really. I eat chocolate. There is chocolate in there. And there's some cake and some biscuits up there, and then also in this other cupboard there's a stock of spices and herbs and things and spreads. So that's all the staples that I have in all of the time, so I don't need to buy those, which is really good. And I do already have a few things in the fridge, so if we are really budgeting, excuse the mess of my fridge, it is a mess. I've got potatoes in their jackets and ones just to boil, and there are some cans of Coke up there, which I bought just because I was going to have some guests. And then freezer wise, there was some pre-prepared ready meals. I think I've got stew, chilli in there, and tuna pasta. There's some ice cream. There is a ready-made cottage pie, some gluten-free bread, which was for when my daughter came, and some pizzas, and some chips and some vegetables and some fruit. So I'm pretty well stocked for those things. There's the tiny kitchen. So the challenge is to feed myself for a week with £15 and what I've got in the cupboards and the fridge already. Oh, there's another fridge. Look at this. Aren't I posh? I've got the coleslaw that's got to be thrown out, and then I've got dairy tomatoes and some bits and pieces of cheese, so I'm all right for that. Yes, so the challenge for me this week is to spend £15 on groceries only and feed myself for the week. And I am allowing myself to use what I've got in the fridge and in the freezer already. And the reason my face isn't on this at this point in time is because I haven't put my makeup on and I haven't put my wig on. So I'm just working out what I've got in and what I'll need to buy. So I'll start with making a list. So I've got 3 jackets, so that's potentially 3 meals. I've got 3 lots of potatoes, so I've got potatoes that'll do 3 meals. So I've potentially got 6 meals there in terms of the starch. I've also got some pasta, so I could make a pasta meal. And I've also got things in the freezer. So I've got, if you remember, we had pizzas, I had a cottage pie, and I had some like pre-cooked, batch cooked meals. So I'd got a stew, and I think I'd got a chili. I'm not sure I'm using the chili at the moment, because my tummy's just a bit dodgy, so I'll see about that. But I have got something else. I got tuna pasta. It's one or two other things. So what I'll do from here is I'll build this menu and decide what I need to buy. So here's the plan. I have made a list there of things that I've got in. So the jacket potatoes and the regular potatoes. There's six meals worth of potatoes there. I've got some pasta, so that will do. I've got some pizzas, I've got some frozen chips, I've got a cottage pie, I've got some frozen veg, and I've got a pre-cooked stew and a chili. So here's the meal plan. I've not done it in days. I just want to be flexible. I just want to be able to say, I just get out what I want when I want. So I've just given them just seven meals. So one meal will be jacket potatoes with cheese and beans. That's a staple favourite of mine. I love that. One meal will be just boiled potatoes or roast potatoes, maybe, with with the stew that I've got in the freezer and some of the freezer veg. I think I've got broccoli and cauliflower in there. Another meal will be that little cottage pie with some veg. And then at meal 4, I've got some of those little breaded pizzas. I'll have those with a few chips. Meal 5 will be a jacket potato, and I'm going to make a bolognese sauce. That'll do for at least 2 meals, and then I'll freeze a couple of portions of that as well for another week. Because I can have that then with a jacket, and I can also have that with some pasta another night. And then meal 7 will be potatoes with chicken and veg, so I'll need to buy that. So I figure what I'll need to buy. Oh, of course, we have to think about breakfasts and lunches. So I need some more bread because the bread I've got won't last. And then I'll probably get some ham for some sandwiches at lunchtime. I struggle with lunchtimes. I don't really sort of, my appetite's a bit off at times. And I'll get some extra cheese because I do have sometimes a cheese sandwich, but I want some cheese for my meals. So I want some for that jacket potato, and I do like a little bit on my bolognese. So I figured what I need to buy is some mince and some chicken and some peppers to go in the bolognese. I've already got some onions, and I think I've got some mushrooms in there in the freezer, and some ham and some cheese. I think I'll do that for £15, don't you? Oh, it's a tad windy. Here we are at the little Morrison's anyway. This is my favourite grocery, well, second favourite grocery store. You know what my favourite is? The Co-op. Only because it's right around the corner from me, and I know it's more expensive, but it's very easy for me just to walk there. It's really good. Anyway, I'm at the Morrison's. It's about a 5-minute drive from me. It's the little Morrison's. We have a bigger Morrison's, and so I always call this one the little Morrison's. Got no idea what the prices are like here at the moment. I've not been for a while, and I know people say, why don't you shop at Aldi and Lidl? A couple of reasons. I don't like Aldi. I don't like their food, I don't like their meat, some of their ready meals aren't very nice, and I just find the store here is just a mess. There's just stuff everywhere, and I just can't get on with it. When you're busy, when you work full time, the last thing you need is to go into a store and find that you can't find what you want and then have to go somewhere else. So I don't go to Aldi. Lidl is, I like Lidl, but I can't always find everything I need. And the little Morrison's is much nearer, so here I am. Let's go and have a look and see what we can find in here. %5 fat. I like the low fat one, so it's a little bit more expensive on the higher fat one. gone for Morrison's a wafer thin, only cured. It's £2. Oh, that was a surprise. I haven't been in Morrison's for quite a while. Things have gone up. Anyway, 13p over budget, and the stuff I've got, honestly, I've got hardly anything. Absolutely shocking. Let's get home, get that kettle on, and find out what we got and why I went over budget. I didn't buy anything extra. I changed my mind about some things because I thought they were cheaper. We'll talk about that when we get back. Well, there we are. That is what £15 and 13p bought me today. I'm astounded. It's been quite a while since I've been into a main grocery store to do a shop because I've had an illness. So I've tended just to pop round to the little co-op and get what I need. And I've actually, been staying away from home at my parents a bit. So I've not sort of done the grocery shopping. The change of plan, you might notice, actually. I know we said chicken and mince, didn't we? But actually, I didn't look at the price of the chicken, but I did look at the price of the mince. And to get a big 750g pack, it was about £5.75, I think, which I think is extortionate. Because I only buy the 0%, the 5% fat mince because I prefer low fat meat if I can get it. And so when I saw the pork chops, let's have a look, I just thought they were quite a nice deal. 2 pork chops for £2.15. I'll probably eat them both in one meal because they do shrink a little bit and I don't eat the fat, but that's not too bad. So that'll probably replace the chicken I was going to buy, which I think would have been a bit more expensive than that. And then instead of having the mince, what I've done is I've gone for 12 meatballs. So it'll make a similar kind of sauce. It won't make as much as the mince would have, but I think to stay in budget, that was the best idea. And they were £3.25. And I couldn't resist these pork sausages. I just think sausages are so versatile. They're not the healthiest really, are they? Because they do have quite a bit of fat in. But I think what I can do with those is I can add them into the meal with the jackets and beans and cheese, or I could substitute a meat and have that with veg and potatoes. So that makes it really versatile. And if I really fancy it, I could have some for breakfast, couldn't I, or a lunch. So I thought that was quite a good idea to get a pack of sausages, and they looked quite nice. I did get quite a decent sized pack of cheese. That's a 400g Morrison Savers mature white cheddar, which was £2.69. Probably one of the cheaper cheeses on the shelf. That'll do for grating and putting in sandwiches and putting, into sauces and things. And the Savers peppers were £1.59 for 3, and they'll go in with the meatballs to make a bolognese type sauce with some onions and mushrooms that I've already got, and some ham. That was £2. There was a cheaper ham at £1.25, but there was only 5 slices in that, and it didn't look as nice. It looked leaner, so that's quite I don't know if it's a good deal or not, but it is what it is. So £15 and 13p unfortunately went over budget, but there we are. That's what we got. So here's me in my little funky hat. I've not got my hair on. So that's us done. That's our weekly shop. £15 or thereabouts. I don't know whether you could probably do it cheaper yourself. Let me know in the comments if you think you could. Maybe by going to Lidl or something like that. Maybe I'll try that next time. I don't think I could have done it without having the stuff in the store cupboard already. I think my shopping basket would have been very different. I did notice you could get bags of pasta in there for 50p. Pasta makes a really good meal, doesn't it? And if that's 50p for a big bag, then you could probably make several meals out of that. Imagine that with the meatballs and the sausages in a sauce. That would make several really good dinners, wouldn't it? And there's probably cheaper things that you could get to go in there. Anyway, that's us done. Thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.